You're listening to One of a Kind Milwaukee. I'm Angela, your host. On this episode, we have another great interview with a local business. So super excited to dive into that. Tried a few new things since the last episode, and so many more on the docket, y'all. I am so excited. Before I get into the interview, I want to talk about my time at Dave & Buster's because I said that I would. And so Dave & Buster's hosted the fam. When I say my family, that is my two younger brothers, my parents, and then my one brother's girlfriend. And it then sparked a new concept for like a whole nother take on content to create as well. But we went to Dave & Buster's, and it was actually on my dad's birthday, and it's located in Wauwatosa, and we went to do the Eat and Play combo, which is a new program that they have there. They also just had like a full renovation just a couple months ago as well. I probably haven't been in there. It's been a few years. We went for, I think, as like a family outing just for one of my brother's birthdays one year. And then I had been there another time like with friends, but never really it was my adult life, but not for like my brothers, for example, because they're 5 and 10 years younger than me. So our family dynamic is age 22 to 61. And so full adult fam going out for some fun. And we did the Eat and Play combo. We did the one that is unlimited play for 90 minutes, which if you're someone that just wants to keep winning tickets, you might want to get the other options because it does limit you to 1,500 tickets. But let me tell you, like, that's a lot of tickets. Everyone except for my mom and I got their max tickets, but then you still get to play. And for her and I think we weren't really earning tickets a lot because we did a lot of the shooting, like adventure games, if you will. And so most of them you won't get tickets from. My dad won like 1,000 tickets, like right off the bat on like the giant spin wheel. There's like a fun like axe throwing game. There's one of my favorites was actually this like giant like fishing game. And then of course like all the different shooting games we were doing. There's a really cool like fighter pilot plane. The whole thing moves when you're in it. It's very real life. So that was kind of neat. And we all, started our cards right away. You get your power card and then you can, start playing, and it just is a 90-minute countdown, which was really neat. And then all your tickets load onto your card too, so you're not having to, collect a bunch of tickets, put them in your pockets, lose them, forget to grab them, that kind of thing. So that was a really nice concept also. Before we went into gameplay, though, we actually went into this new space, part of the build, called the Arena. The Arena is super cool. So it is an extra fee for your group to play. It's a 20-minute of gameplay. Let me tell you, the 20 minutes like goes by fast, but it also is like seems a lot longer than 20 minutes at the same time. And you kind of feel like you're on a game show. And some of the games only allow 2 players at a time, and it like creates teams and everything for you. We just went with random play, so that way we weren't, if you will, wasting time on picking a game to play, and the device just did it for us. And it's super, we had a blast. We were like thirsty and like exhausted from it because a lot of the games are high energy for speed and, trying to move around the game floor or the game wall. So super neat. I have a full recap on the Dave & Buster's trip on Instagram and on Facebook in a reel. So you can kind of see a little bit what I'm talking about. And then we were seated in the bays. So again, that's going to be a separate fee, but it's really, it's not too bad. And it's hourly. But then you get this really nice like private space, if you will. And they had two dartboard ones and then one shuffleboard one. And like the dart one is really cool because there's so many different games you can play on there. Like you can do regular darts, but you can do regular darts with like a fun background. Like we really like this disco one, or you can play different types of games on the darts. It kind of turns it into this like interactive, almost like video game type thing. So that was super cool. I still don't understand shuffleboard. My brothers tried playing it, but they also refused to read the instructions. So that was interesting. But that again is cool because it's the actual shuffleboard. But then it also has a screen and it knows exactly where the little pucks, I don't know what you call them, where they went on the board and keeps score for you. So that's really neat. And our meals were great. Everyone actually ordered something different. So we had, from the Eat and Play menu, it's a select menu of choices on there that comes with your playtime or credits that you choose to get with your package. And you get a meal and a drink, which drinks are unlimited for like soda and the tea. And then there's also some meals that are upgrade meals, and there you can also upgrade a dessert. So we got the chicken sandwich, which had a really great, that's what I ordered actually, a really delicious mango honey mustard on it. And then my brother got the flatbread. Another brother got the buffalo wings. My mom ordered the smash burger. She was so excited for that. And then my dad did upgrade and get the ribs. And he said he really liked them. The fries are really good too. Everything came out in a really decent amount of time, and they were getting fairly busy. And then I ordered a bunch of desserts also just as like a surprise with it being my dad's birthday. And I did order all the dessert options. So we had these fun churro sticks, which kind of like resemble the funnel cake taste. They were really, really good. And a great shareable dessert, hands down. And then we ordered the s'mores chocolate cheesecake, which was delicious. I'm not a big cheesecake person. I am a chocolate person. And I loved that dessert. The strawberry shortcake was a delicious, light, and fresh dessert option. And then we also got the brownie sundae. And we split that all, and so everyone could try it. And everything was really, really good. And then when our experience was nearing its end, after we did that, we went to the store, to redeem our tickets, and everyone found something that they liked. And yeah, my youngest brother had the hardest time picking. Like, it is always so hard when you go in there to, decide what you're going to get, I feel. It's like, do you get a bunch of little things? Do you get the one big thing that then like takes all your tickets? I walked out of there with a Dave & Buster's pen, a cute little octopus, which, look, I have. For those that are watching the video, this is my little octopus. So since I'm turning this room that I'm currently recording this in into my little at-home studio space, it needs a lot of work. But like right now we're just blank wall with two of my, run walk metals. I want to do a full metal wall. Look at me getting off track. Metal and or the run thing, I don't know, the thing you wear with your number on it. Because some of the run walks, they don't give you a medal at the end, which is fine. But my dad's going to help me create something. I sent him something that I saw and I really liked, and he was like, yeah, I can make that. But I want to get some color on these walls. I want to create different spaces in here. I already kind of have different spaces because this is a secondary recording space. The other ones are across from me, where the calendar is. But those are goals. Anywho, back to Dave & Buster's, my little octopus. And then I also got like a spa towel head wrap, for like drying your hair or like keeping your hair like out of the way. Yeah, I was happy with what I got. My mom was stoked because she was able to get a stuffed Pokemon with her points. because like I said, we did not reach our full point potential. I reached 1,200 and I think she had just over 900. So, and then my dad and brother, they each got a blanket, which was 1,500 flat, so they didn't have to make any alternate decisions. My youngest brother, who struggled, I think he ended up walking away with a Minecraft stuffed cube thing. I think he got the pig. And then a can of worms, which that's kind of dangerous, actually. It comes out of there very aggressively. And then, a little hamster, but the hamster was a screen cleaner, like for you to clean your computer screen with. Get the dust off. Sorry, yawn break. Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, we were there for at least 3 hours. And we had so much fun, and my parents are still talking about it. And then that kind of sparked this new concept of family fun, but for your adult family. And most of the things are also going to be obviously kid family friendly too, but going as just adults to really enjoy like the inner child, right? Like just because you're older doesn't mean you can't play mini golf or, play arcade games and have a blast. So very excited for that. I have several lined up. And it should be really, really cool. I'll create an article on it as well to include some things like the budget and all that kind of stuff. So, but anywho, the next part of the episode is going to be an interview with Roots Salon. And that's where I go get my hair done. Currently, my hair is kind of in a transitional point of its fashion color life. If you get fashion color in your hair, it's a commitment, one, because you're freezing yourself when you're washing your hair to keep your color in, okay? And trying to go, as far between as you can with the full hair wash and stuff like that. Certain colors come out quicker than others. I am ready for my next color, and blue she's stubborn, okay? I had some green put in the back as well, but I was nervous on adding green because I wasn't sure if I would like it. So not a whole lot of green was added. That being said, I think the next color, because blue is hard to get out, so we're kind of going backwards on the rainbow, and I'm going to add more green because I know which of the colors we added with the green that I liked the best. And then purple. So that's no more new spots for it though. Last time I went and did a full halo concept on my lower layers, but then the underneath the nape of the neck, if you will, we kept a little bit out. So that way when my hair's up all the way, you see the color, but it's not a wall of color. I like to have lived in hair at all times concept now. And so that helps with that. And then we also didn't do the halo right at my root. She took it, I say we. My stylist, Adria, at Roots Salon, Wauwatosa, took it down and kind of made it, I guess it was almost put in balayage style, if you will. And it's perfect. But now I am in transitional state, so I'm starting to use warmer water as I wash it because I do want the blue to go away. I want to find what color is the best color. Honestly, I'll probably just keep changing it still. So okay, you're probably just tired of me yapping at this point. So we're going to jump into this interview and then I'll recap and add additional thoughts at the end because I keep yammering. So let's stop that yammering and let's listen to Marcella from Roots Salon. Here we go.
Well, thank you for having me here today at Roots Salon in Wauwatosa. Yeah, thanks for asking us. Yeah, absolutely. And this is where I get my hair done. So for those on video, you can see. It's so great still. And this is a month and a half. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did a great job. Yes. Yeah, you know, it's that cold water. But I was going to say, you also take care of it outside, so that actually helps a lot. Yes. Yes. All right. So, can you tell us about the history and founding of Roots Salon? Yeah, we actually were founded back in 2007. Our original founders were Naomi and Shannon. So they just always wanted to get into business. Naomi actually was a hairstylist for a very long time. Shannon had the business aspect, and out in Brookfield, one of the businesses that was a salon was leaving. So they had really great opportunity and they got it. And then we just expanded from there. And really, they just always wanted to build a company that people were able to build a career with the success that they had, making people feel beautiful and just all of their talent. So it's just been a really fun journey. It's exciting. My partners, Nicole and Lisa and myself, were shareholders right before COVID in like 2019. And then in 2024, July, we took over full ownership of Roots Salon. So we were able to just expand. And I've been here since we opened in 2007. My partners have been here for the last 15 years with me as well. So like we've really just grown into the company. What would you say sets Roots Salon apart from the other salons in the area? Yes, I think we really try to just stand out a little bit more. Every salon in our industry is very unique. And for us, we're really customer service based. But we're also very built on helping our team grow in a successful way at a steady pace so that they also feel successful. I think the other thing with our customer service is you're able to deal with someone at the front desk right away. So if you need to call, if you have questions about different hair services or what it is that you need, maybe about the stylist that you should be seeing or who you should go to. We have a lot of people that move out of state too. I think that really helps them feel comfortable. We also like people to feel comfortable when they come into a salon, right? So having someone at the front, greeting someone, asking them how their day is going, all of that stuff really does, I think, help. We also have a really big online portal. So if you can't or forget to, pick up a product, you can go on our website. We can ship it to you. You can buy gift cards online. We have unique phone greetings when you call. Again, try to stand out a little bit. But really just customer service, I think. Always making sure that our guests are happy. I think the other thing, too, is we stand behind our services and our stylists. So that also gives people that comfort of like, crap, my hair didn't turn out. Yeah. Right. And some people are kind of stuck, and we understand the investment that people are spending as well on their hair. So we want to make sure that you're happy. So we have a redo policy to make sure you're able to come in, get that hair the way you want it looking. And same with our products, right? Like sometimes you leave thinking it's going to be the best product and it's just not working out for you. So bring it back because, that's important to you guys. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. What are the key services you offer and what are the most popular? Yes. So we are into highlight season. Yes. So highlights, balayages, and then our fashion colors are definitely starting to come back, which is super exciting for us. So yeah. I like fashion. Yeah. What can I say? I love it. All the age demographics now. I think it used to be such a work as professional, and now it's just not that. So just seeing everybody explore has been really fun. So what products do you use for hair coloring, and why do you choose to have? Yes, so we are a Paul Mitchell salon, and we do carry all the Paul Mitchell color. I think really it just comes down to who supports us, and they give us a lot of support. So it's really great for us. And then what's the for fashion color? Is that Paul Mitchell also? We actually do Danger Jones and we do Funk Hue. And then we do have the Paul Mitchell fashion colors as well. So we have a bunch of them because everyone's hair is different. Yeah. And just the way the fashion color takes, because you just slap that on. So Danger Jones has been a favorite for the team here. Yeah. Great. Can you explain the process of a typical color consultation? Yeah, absolutely. So especially if you're new, you're always going to get that 15-minute consultation. That allows us to just work with the customer a little bit and understand what they're looking for. Pictures are huge for us. That does really help open up what it is that you're looking for. But a lot goes into it, your lifestyle, your maintenance, right? It's going to be your skin tone, all of that. So during that consultation,
You can come in with what you want, and then we have a chance to explain to you what that's going to look like and then what the cost of that's going to be. So maybe you're like, that's too much upkeep, I can't do it, or my color will just fall out. I don't know if I should do a fashion color, right? Because as you know, like you got to really upkeep it at home too, those fashion colors.
Yes.
Yeah, it's real. So it just allows us that relationship to build with you so you feel better about before you just spend a lot of money and you dive into it. And then we can get that going.
Yeah. I like to add it honestly to every one of my appointments.
Yeah.
Just because I know even if we're doing something relatively similar, I feel like there's always, you know, or like it's like as you sit in the chair, your brain is like, well, it's considering you trying this thing.
And then you have a creative creature styling you that's like, but wait, I thought of this for you, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, well, I didn't think of that. So then you start thinking about it. And yeah, it's a great relationship builder for sure. And it just allows you, the consumer, to feel like I'm heard. And now I'm going to get what I asked for.
Yeah. And I have an example of that too.
Yeah.
So I told the teacher, oh, we're not going to use any sound. Don't worry. Everything's going to have stuff over it. That night, I was like, so I was going through, your consultations are just so great. And like to showcase, you know, all the different parts of me as a client, not being able to explain it properly, but then we're able to come up with what it is. And then she, you know, restates everything that we just talked about to be like, hey, so this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
And then that final, do you have any more questions? You know?
Yep.
And so that's all like in that little video.
Yeah, I love that.
So check that out. So
she'll love it.
Yeah. When I was like, and then what are the trainings and certificates that your stylists have to ensure they're up to date?
So we have Paul Mitchell, obviously our partner. So they come into our company 3 times a year. So it's their top educators that they're working with. And then they get to come and tell us all the new tips and tricks and trends of what's going on. So that's super great. But then we also work with Moroccan Oil, and they have an academy in New York City. So we're able to send people there. And that's super fun because, again, it's just a different avenue for new trends and things like that. So that's always fun. And then extensions, those are really coming back into the game for us. So we are just on point with certifications for that as well. You can do tape-in, hand wefts, K-tips, all that fun stuff. So,
and then how does Roots Salon engage with the local community?
Yeah, we will never really say no to anybody. So out here in Wauwatosa, they have great things all summer long. We are invited to them, so a way for us to go show what we can do, whether it's small, like going to the park after a race happened and we're braiding, or doing spray glitter in the hair, tinsel. It's just a way for us to give back, and they kind of get a taste of like what we're about here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Your prime vacation.
Yeah, that's great.
That happens, right?
The train at Christmas. Get ready.
Yeah. And then, do you offer any special events or promotions related to your services?
Yes, so we're really excited. This is going to be our 18th year for annual Cuts for a Cause. So that's just huge. We are going to focus on street angels, but it's like a cut-a-thon. Basically, one day at all 3 of our salons, you can donate $25, and then we do a haircut, shampoo style, all of that's in it. Or you're able to come in and donate your hair. Then we'll send it to a place of your choosing, like Wigs for Kids, Locks of Love. When we get that out there, and then all the money we raise, all the awareness goes to Street Angels in Milwaukee.
That's great.
Yeah.
And for like daily, I guess you could say, promotions. Rewards.
Yes. We have the Roots reward system. So anybody can enroll in that. It's $14.95. And then you're in it for life. There's no hidden fees or anything. But the nice thing is once you've enrolled in it, we give you $15 back right away on your account. So the next time you come in, you can use that towards your service. You can use it towards products. But then we also do special incentives every month for you, just the Roots Rewards members. So this month is double points month on services. So when you come in and spend any money on services, you get double points back, and you can use them on anything you want to in the future.
So good. Yeah. I'm always excited. I try to let mine get to at least like do like 20.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Hey, it really does help. It really does help. Yeah,
it's great for itself.
Right away.
How can our listeners book it?
Yes, if you are new, you can set up a profile on our website, which is great, but we do want you to call. Again, we just want to set you up with the right person, the right stylist, either for your budget, for what it is that you're looking for, cut, color specialties, perming, all of that stuff. So we have a staff that specializes in things. So just having that connection when you get to call, we really find it helpful to set you up.
Yeah.
So then you're really comfortable when you come in.
Yeah, that's nice. How can the listeners stay up to date on what's happening?
Yes, our website, huge. Oh, you can actually sign up too for our newsletter. We do a newsletter every month, which is super great. It goes out between like the 1st and the 4th usually. But yeah, it keeps you up to date. It actually is a great little tool. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not yet, but we highlight our staff's anniversaries in there. We highlight their birthdays, and then we go through all of the specials that we're doing. So everyone knows what's going on. And you can just sign up for the newsletter, and you can just get that. That's totally fine. Otherwise, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. And then those will be in the show notes too. So, and then is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Just that we're excited to meet everybody. Yeah, looking for new people. And even if you're in between stylists, if you're new to the city, moving from out of state, yeah, great. If you have any questions and you just want a consultation, they're complimentary. So you can just come in and talk to our staff so you feel a bit more comfortable before booking an appointment. Yeah, or give us a call.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us and thinking of us.
It was a great interview. Thank you again to Roots Salon for always taking care of my hair and for taking an opportunity with this interview. I'm also hoping to get them on again later to learn more about their cut-a-thon for a charity spotlight episode feature. So stay tuned for that. You heard it's in October, but we'll get all the details in another episode late summer. So you have time to mark that calendar. And I want to go more into the consultation part of the interview. As I mentioned, I have snippets of my consultation with Adria from my last color. Just because I think, honestly, she does amazing consultations. But I've always made sure I have a consultation done whenever I'm getting my hair done. Over all the years, I would say. And be mindful that does need to be added. Like, yes, you're going to go over what's being done to your hair, right, at your appointment. But there's the difference between, a couple minute recap to the 15 minutes that's going to be put aside for that on your appointment time. And like she said, it's free, and it's worth it, especially because I feel there's all different levels of people and their hair knowledge as well. I like to think of myself as a hair nerd, and I say that in that I want to know every aspect of what is taking place with my hair. Honestly, in a different life, I would like to think I'm a hairstylist, because truthfully, it was on especially with next career, like we're, I considered going back to school for that, like, kind of thing. But then my current job came through at that exact time when I was having those issues, and bam, here we are. But so I'm like a hair nerd because I like to, I know when they're talking about the different levels of color, like a 5 versus a 6, I know what that means. I understand the mixing that needs to be done on these, products and stuff like that. And I love watching a cut be done. I don't know. So and I know like the fact that blue, when I'm being told, are you making sure you want this? Because it takes a while to go back from blue to blonde, for example. That conversation I can take to a whole nother level. You're still going to get that answer in that conversation if you're not a hair nerd, but it's going to be explained different. And that's another part. Your stylist is going to, especially as they get to know you and become your, regular stylist, they'll figure out, how's the best way to explain this and approach this. Photos, for example, you're never going to look just like the photo. I'm sorry. And this is something I always talk about at my appointment. I'll be like, so this, I like this color from this. I like this color from this. I like this. I like this concept of a color placement, things like that. And knowing it's not going to look like photo A. It's going to be you're not making a carbon copy out of a printer. You know what I'm saying? And that's not your face or your face shape or all those things. So it's going to look different, or how it was curled exactly, like so many things. And so we always go over that in terms of what I like from everything. I do that with my tattoos too. When I have my tattoos designed, I'll be like, I like this from this. Please put that together. So, because in the end, stylists are artists too. And yeah, when like we do the, there's multiple shades of, the color in here. We'll go over the placement, we'll go over all that. But then in the end, I also say, go with those limitations, but then like, I trust you. Like, this is what you do. This is what you do, So that consultation is so worth it. Or also getting to know the price of what your project is. Because, man, sometimes it's way more than you think, because you don't understand the amount of products being used, or the fact that you can't just dye your hair. You can't just bleach it. You need to bleach it and tone it, stuff like that, because you can't just do that. And they do have a great storefront for products. So I know I use the Moroccan oil. I have like the little vial of it, and I think it's just like pure oil. And I'll put that through on, I call it crusty curl day, because I start my week with usually straight wavy hair, and then I'll eventually curl it. And then the curls usually last for 3 to 4 days. So it's usually on day 3 that I need to add that oil to my curls, just because they're getting dried out from not, from the fact that it was heated and all that from days prior. So country curl day. You love my Moroccan oil. I have Amika. Yeah, Amika products. I have a deep conditioner that I use, and there's like a frizz spray that I love. It smells so good. They both smell really good. But anywho, I'm rambling yet again. Is this like episode ramble? Oh my goodness. It kind of makes sense, like hair salon time, right? Because who doesn't just like yap and yap at the hair salon? I feel like you're either a yapper or you're just dead silent. Yeah, hands down. But I want to, before this episode is over, remind the listeners, reshare with the listener that we're doing a giveaway. It's Roots Salon, Rooted in Wild Photo, and Hooked MKE. Nominate yourself, nominate your mom, nominate your mom friends. You're going to like, follow all the businesses and the podcast, and then comment. That's the true entry, is the comment with that nomination or self-nomination and just a fun fact about that person, about yourself. And that is an entry every single time you do it. And bonus for sharing to a story. So you're going to get a 30-minute photo session with you and your mom, or mom, winner, and a kid, what? Oh my God. And so basically it's a mini or an adult photo shoot is what we're calling it, with mom. So, cause I think if, say, like, I were to win it with my mom, right? Like, say I nominated my mother, and then that was the winning entry, then I would want to take those photos. Because also, again, I think looking at family doesn't mean just littles. It's also the bigs, right? And so we wanted to not just make it a mommy and me, because I think everyone thinks of that as just being especially like little younger kids. So anyways, 30-minute photo shoot. Dates are in the comments already. There's a lot of them and a lot of just open time frames. So, but we wanted to be transparent with their photographer's availability, which it's a lot. And then you'll get, mom gets hair and makeup done by Roots Salon. And then a $250 gift certificate to Hook Milwaukee is included, which will cover the expense of 2 permanent bracelets with 1 charm each. So it's a great experience. It's well over a $700 value. And it's been fun. It's on both Instagram and Facebook. So there's comments on both reels, but you can't see them together. So, but know that you can enter. It's not just like an Instagram giveaway. And I'm really excited for this giveaway. This is the biggest giveaway yet. And it, I don't know, it just means a lot, like, for this too, because it's like, I feel like a bonding memory experience too that's being created. So super stoked for that. So the winner will be announced Mother's Day. So it'll close the night before, like 11:59, and the winner will be announced Mother's Day. So excited for that too. And yeah, I think that's it. Is it? There's more, but you gotta go to the next episode for that. So with that, until next time.